What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another new reaction. Today, we're going to watch how Caseoh became the biggest streamer on Twitch. Okay, this video comes from a guy called BeetleBat. I really like Caseoh. Caseoh's like one of the streamers that if I could work with anybody, if I could play a game with anybody, collab with anybody, it would be Caseoh. Bro is so unproblematic. He is so much fun. He is hilarious in everything that he does. I've seen 1,000 clips of this man and he's so funny every time. So we're going to just watch this and see how he came up. I'm pretty sure it was like TikTok. He popped off on TikTok. He made a bunch of funny clips and then that's it. But I don't really know the other stories, so let's just take a look. Ignore the chat. Chat's being mean to you guys. I'm sorry they're being so mean to you guys, okay? If you join us on stream, I stream on Twitch, by the way. If you join us on stream, maybe you can bully them back, you know?
I want to tackle the biggest streamer on Twitch, Caseoh, hailing at 800,000
We're gonna tackle Caseoh? We're tackling Caseoh. Caseoh could destroy you.
Followers and 2 million TikTok followers. I first heard about this ginger through TikTok, like most people, for his hilarious reactions to his ridiculously creative community.
Wait, when did this come out? Let's just get that straight. 2 years ago. Okay, this is probably when he was coming up.
And I've grown quite a liking to the man's content since. He is a pretty wholesome dude despite all the lighthearted crap he gets for his weight. What you may wonder is how this low-income Twitch streamer got to this point in his career.
He's
Why
very
did he start
cool.
Streaming? Is he actually losing weight?
What?
All these questions and more will be answered in this video, how Caseoh became the biggest streamer. Case was born on May 9th, 1998 in a fairly small town within Dallas County, Arkansas, United States. By his parents. He was raised in a Christian household with his brother who actually got married recently. Congratulations. He was the best man. Growing up, Case had two major interests, basketball and video games.
Yeah.
You might as well throw food in there. His mother was very supportive in his hobbies, attending every basketball game that Case participated in. By the time he was 14, he was using his free time to play NBA 2K, a basketball-centered game.
Okay, I will say 2K is very fun. 2K is a very fun game. I like 2K a lot.
And Call of Duty. It's clear that since his youth, Case has had a passion for these
That's like the boy gamer starter pack. I feel like that literally is the boy gamer starter pack. You get a man, if you're gonna give a guy some games, it's like in Canada, it's like NHL, NHL 2K or whatever it's called. Whatever that, I forget the series of games, but it's like hockey video games, or it's NBA 2K. It's gonna be one of the two. You're gonna get him a sports game in some regard, and then you're also gonna get him a shooter, and the shooter is typically gonna be COD, and that's it.
Activities. He watched a lot of Dodger Films content, but it wasn't until 2022 where he got the courage to start a content creation career. He knew he had to deal with his town's terrible internet to upload anything, but he had a dream and wanted to put it to reality. Because for the past few years, he had been working as a maintenance man with his dad where they would mow grass. He didn't enjoy this job as most working class people do. He hated the possibility of working a 9-to-5 job forever. He even thought about getting in shape and joining the military. A week before he started streaming, his card was embarrassingly declined at a dollar store. He was actually a paycheck to paycheck low income ginger boy from Arkansas, and he wanted to change that.
Brother, what is this video? What is this commentary? He was a paycheck to paycheck low income ginger. What is going on? He was a guy. He was a regular guy. Caseoh, guys, shocking news. Caseoh was a man. Caseoh is a man, but he was a man before he streamed too. I don't know if you guys knew this, but at one point he had a job. Did you guys know that? Anyways, sorry.
He received advice from his mother during a car ride, encouraging him to try out that live streaming interest he had for years. He bought the right equipment for streaming 6 to 7 years ago, but never put it to use. So he created a Twitch channel named Caseoh Games, a play on his favorite dip, Caseoh. On September 10th, he began a live stream with a face cam streaming NBA 2K23, ignoring any chatter that would tease him. What Case didn't expect was that after a week of streaming, he wouldn't be getting his card declined again. He repackaged the best moments from his live streams onto his Twitch account, following the regular formula all streamers do. He made it his goal to upload 5 to 10 clips from each stream he did. This would fuel the app's algorithm and give him a larger chance of finding an audience. He got a lot luckier than he thought, as after releasing 3 TikToks one day around noon, he woke up to 10,000 followers. From there, he kept going, streaming every day he could at around 9 p.m. for about 5 to 7 hours. The only thing
bold of him. He was also a ginger. Yeah, we have to reestablish that. Everyone needs to be aware. If you didn't know that he was a ginger before, you need to get with the program. He was a ginger. Grinding, that's true grinding. Yeah, I think he still streams almost every day, right? I'm pretty sure he streams almost every day.
That was holding him back was his current job and network issues. His new fans were begging for him to stream, but he couldn't due to low bandwidth.
Yep.
His solution was acquiring a hotspot to run his live stream on. His only threat would be a storm running rampage through his small town. You know how Arkansas is. Through his consistency, he built a community rather quickly. By the end of September, he was averaging 1,000 live viewers.
Wow.
He surpassed 100,000 followers on TikTok. His YouTube spiked to 10K on October 3rd.
Jesus.
And his Twitch earned 30K followers on
So
the
this
5th.
was like because of TikTok, eh? He would just post, he's just a really clippable dude. 4 to 5 days a week for 3 to 4 hours, hustle hard, hustle real hard. That's crazy. Bro blew up so fast.
The internet was loving his hilarious reactions that mostly involve some sort of frustration he's having mid-match. He's a natural entertainer with pretty much no filter and knows what moments will get him clipped. Due to his frequent use of "cuh," he established his fanbase as the community. The Discord server that came from this would help boost Case's brand. They will watch anything he plays and are able to vote in polls to influence what he plays next.
Nice.
He also reviews his community's creations, including memes and edits that tend to be out of pocket.
Very
By
cool.
tend to be, I mean like practically all the time. He got invited to the Twitch Partner Program on November 9th, 2022. Once he surpassed 5,000 paid subs on Twitch, he felt more comfortable financially. He ended up quitting his normal job to pursue streaming full.
Bro, it taking him until he got 5,000 subscribers on Twitch to quit is crazy. But I guess that's pretty fast. Like, all this happened in a few months. So I guess that is like a pretty quick turnaround for him to go and quit his main job, you know? The Waffle House. He didn't work at Waffle House, did he? I don't know why they keep showing him in front of Waffle House. He didn't work at Waffle House, right? He did a landscaping job. Landscaping, yes. I've always wanted to ride one of those mowers. I've always wanted to ride one. When I was a kid, we used to live on a farm and for like 2 years. And to mow the grass, my dad had to mow the grass with like one of those big like ride around lawnmowers. And I always wanted to ride on one, but I was never allowed to. So yeah, I missed out on my calling and my dream.
Given that this was unusual in his tiny community, telling his former boss why he was leaving was difficult. He asked his dad for clarification on his circumstances.
That picture
Believe it
was
or not,
crazy.
There aren't a whole lot of people that Case has told about his Twitch career in his hometown. They don't even know that Twitch streaming can be a career. Anyone that has found out, he has warned them not to leak the name of their town, as he fears that if his small area gets revealed, he will have to move. It wasn't going to stop him from growing any further, as he was now able to live in his own house where he could stream as long as he wanted at any time he wanted. Towards February, he felt the need to branch off to other types of games.
Okay.
The NBA 2K hype was dying down and he needed to expand. He was introduced to Hogwarts Legacy.
Wait,
a narrative
what?
game inspired and surrounded by the Harry Potter series. Case was inspired to begin broadcasting games other than NBA 2K when his Hogwarts Legacy TikToks went viral.
No way. His first, okay, this is during a time when I can't believe that his next game that he played was Hogwarts Legacy. That is insane, especially because of the time that this was coming out. When Hogwarts Legacy came out, anybody that played that game on Twitch was just getting hated on and canceled. Like literally everybody that was playing that game was getting hated on and canceled. There was a girl that was sponsored on the front page of Twitch and she was playing Hogwarts Legacy. She got literally like run into the ground. People hated on her so hard. It was crazy. I have never seen anything like that. It was wild. Yeah, no, wow.
One reached 8
I'm surprised this is his second
million
game.
views. This assisted him in reaching 500,000 TikTok followers on February 21st, 2023. This gave Case much more confidence as he felt like him streaming one game exclusively for so long would result in a lower viewer count if he tried something different.
Yeah, typically
He took
with
a
anyone
risk
else, it
and
would.
paid off. He realized that his viewers weren't there for the game he was playing, but the streamer himself.
Yeah,
His
they just liked him
personality
as a
was the star
human
of the show.
being.
It didn't matter if he was good at the game. He just needed to make the experience enjoyable. Another experiment he tried was simulcasting. If you didn't know, you can simulcast or stream on multiple platforms at the same time, such as Twitch and TikTok. This only increases reach and total viewership. Those TikTok viewers would eventually migrate to Twitch. The only risk was him streaming more mature games like The Walking Dead and Contraband Police.
Okay.
That won't fly on
Contraband
TikTok
Police
at
is
all.
so
He
fun.
even got banned for a bit for this reason. Other games he began to try were Roblox, Baldi Basics, Five Nights at Freddy's, Freeze,
Yep.
Granny, Fall Guys, Amnesia, and Only Up.
Great
Then
games.
There's Uno. But believe it or not, the gameplay isn't the main attraction. It's when he's loading into the
Okay,
game
but
on
everybody knows that. Oh, wait.
PlayStation.
Okay,
the
no.
reason is because his fans are able to message him during this period, and what they say are displayed on the stream.
That
this
is
has
insane.
led to thousands of ridiculous messages being seen by the man himself, forcing him to turn off direct messages for the rest of the session. There are some wholesome positive shouts, and then it is drowned out
Oh
by
my God.
out-of-pocket requests like this.
You're disgusting! No. You see now, see we're done. You know, as quick as it started, it's over. Dude, get off my screen, please.
That's insane. Oh my God.
His fan base is something else, but it's part of the reason he's become so successful, as interactions like this boosted him
so
to a
good.
million followers on TikTok during June 16,
wonder what he's at now.
2023. He often comically threatens his audience with statements like, "You're banned," or "I'm shutting the stream off." When you're going live to over 6,000 people a night, I doubt you'll catch them all. He doesn't mind this, as all he wants to do is make people laugh. We might as well talk about his community.
Dude, I feel like we've seen all we need to see almost. We already know it all. We've seen it all. This is just how he popped off, and he's still doing really well off the same stuff. He's very funny, very clippable. He has insane reactions to stuff. He can take a joke when someone like messes with him. He just takes it as a joke and he laughs it off. 9.3 million on TikTok now is crazy. 9.3 million on TikTok is insane. Like genuinely insane. One of the Uno comments was, "Let me lick them toes." That's insane. Let's see what else he has to say. What else is there to even talk about?
Case wanted to learn more about these little gremlins by rating their gaming setups and fridges, of course.
That's
He also
disgusting.
gets
That's
sent
disgusting.
Cringe TikToks for him to laugh at.
They said, "Don't your hair so sticky?" I said, "Thank you very much."
Then he'll move towards the memes and edits, which Case himself is regularly the
Fridge
butt of.
rating is incredible content. Have you seen people rate people's fridges? Hey chat, would you let me rate your fridges? YouTube, would you let me rate your fridges? Comment down below if I would like the state of your fridge right now. Comment down below. Please chat, please. Can we watch the Goob Lagoon fan documentary? I would love to. Then Andy Dead started putting Case in their games, which is even better content for him. I would watch you rate others though. Brother, my fridge would get a 1. Okay, I have like blueberries in there. I have yogurt in there, pineapple juice, some lemons, maybe almond milk. I might be out. I could be out of almond milk. Mine's empty. Let me rearrange the Celsius to the front and then maybe. I have a shared fridge. I've stopped putting, pineapple juice is the best juice. I don't think there's any other juice that's better than pineapple juice. That is the #1 juice. It tastes so good. You could also mix it with alcohol should you be drinking and partaking, you know? Not that I do that very often, but you know, you could. It is an option. Not even a hot take. It's just the truth.
Burgers or chicken sandwiches?
Wait, that's actually tough. Chicken sandwiches are better than burgers.
I agree.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me this low-income Twitch streamer from Goobertown, Arkansas,
Case is able to ignore all these harsh remarks, especially because he has such a strong support base.
called him
He
out.
knows that they're just trolling and not to take anything to heart. He might react that way in the outside, but inside he finds it humorous. The
He's
man
so
is great at
funny.
just taking the joke, which is most commonly a fat joke or a joke about him being poor based on his basic setup. They have taken it as far as creating fake news stories with overarching lore attached to each production.
Breaking news. Paycheck to paycheck, scraping for dimes, Twitch streamer Caseoh.
Dude, it gets worse every single time. They just add to it every
Paycheck to paycheck, scraping for dimes.
single time. Like you can't just be paycheck to now it's scraping for dimes. Buddy, what?
Let's start with a breaking news intro before
That's
the broadcaster
so
describes
funny.
Caseoh
Oh my
as a
God.
low-income, paycheck-to-paycheck, scraping for dimes, 400-pound, 4-foot Twitch streamer. He then describes a bizarre scenario within Little Rock or Goobertown, Arkansas that Case is in today. This could be him being on the run from the cops after robbing and eating
Sam, thank you for the
entire
prime.
menu of his local Waffle House before flipping his own car due to
Oh
his
my
weight.
God,
They
that's
say that
so
his running
funny.
causes earthquakes, which has forced the U.S. U.S. military to get involved just to stop this madness.
They do
So bad.
they do make fun of his weight a lot. Like, one of the reasons he popped off was, I'm pretty sure a lot of his clips were like people making fun of his weight, which he took in strong. Like, he took it as like obviously a joke. He knows that they're just messing with him. I don't think anyone actually like means anything by it. I don't know. I think it's really nice to see him just like laugh stuff like that off and like, yeah, literally embrace it. He 100% is just down with whatever they say, which is kind of a vibe, honestly. Like, he's got strong arms. Howie, you really into Case's big strong arms, huh? You're really into Case's big strong arms, huh? I saw him without sleeves once. He's got strong arms. Caseoh, please hold me in your big strong arms.
To the point where they had to build a wall around Little Rock to block Case from getting in.
What?
President Joe Biden also had to step in. He has also been rumored to have connections with the Amish community within Little Rock and has had a long-standing beef with John Pork after he killed his close friend. This isn't the only way they've been able to violate the poor ginger. His chat has complained that they can't watch his streams because he makes their monitor lean from his sheer presence. He also tried to jump, and a viewer told him his house fell over. The roasts only continue, which he sometimes sets himself up for. He imagined what it's like to be the biggest thing on Earth. Well...
You don't have to imagine it, sadly. Yeah, you're...
Finally, he decides to look at...
What the fuck? That's insane!
Chat, which is filled with them telling him he looks like a certain person or object, which is pretty big.
You're bigger than the Death Star? What is the Death Star? That thing's pretty big, bro. I'm not gonna lie. You're shaped like Wiener Rising Rat. I am not shaped like a Ferris wheel! What do you mean bro's built like a 1x1 Lego piece? What even is a 1x1 Lego piece? Yep, you're banned.
I just hope these jokes...
I don't know how he doesn't laugh that off. Like, he's like acting like he's really mad, which obviously maybe I don't think he's actually mad. I don't know how comedians and Caseoh and people that are very funny on YouTube and Twitch, I don't know how they don't fucking laugh at their own shit. This would have me in stitches on the floor. I'd be peeing my pants, bro. I would be pissing my pants over that.
Don't end up getting into Case and he starts feeling miserable about himself. I'm sure his community generally doesn't want him to feel that way. There's a certain group of people who are always on his side and will back him up no matter what.
No, but I think that if anyone ever thought that he took any of this personally, they would stop doing it because they just love him that much. He's like America's sweetheart, you know? Like America's male sweetheart. Like, he really is, like, he's kind of that guy. I feel like everyone actually just loves him.
When things get too far out of hand, his fans will make the same joke that Case did about banning everyone, but they'll mean it. When someone goes too far, they don't like it and want him out. Yup, there are limits in the community. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they actually like him.
Caseoh is still unbelievably successful.
He's just an innocent boy.
800,000 Twitch followers, 300,000 YouTube subscribers, and 2 million Twitch followers. He's not a low-income Twitch streamer, and who knows, maybe he will have a massive...
He is not a low-income Twitch streamer.
...cut in 5 years. He seems like a chill dude that definitely knows what he is doing. It's also incredible that his own mother is tapped in with his fan base, love to her son, who is finally living his dream job. The same mother that encouraged him to do streaming that one September day.
I love that.
Thank you for watching this video. I wanted to highlight...
Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. You know what? It's really nice to see that. His come up is very unproblematic and very just like sweet and happy. He is a W streamer. Honestly, I definitely someone that I would love to play a game with at some point in the future. I think that'd be really fun, especially something scary. I think that'd be a good time. I really like his sense of humor and his comedy. I hope you guys liked watching this video. Thank you so much for reacting to this with me, and comment down below what you think we should watch or react to next, because I always need suggestions and you guys just know all the good things. So hit me up. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. See you in the next video.